Namaste to you all. It's a great occasion in our life to come together and think of the divine. You see, we all are joining with one purpose, how to transcend the nature and go beyond, enter the realm eternal. The only purpose of human life is to go beyond. There is internal nature which is binding us with various feelings, attachments and other things. On the other side is nature's drives. We have to transcend and go. All that we study, come together, think, everything is just to transcend the nature and go beyond. Internal freedom, internal harmony, internal peace and joy. Similarly, in the external world, perfect harmony where we live, where we work, where we participate in every aspect. There must be absolute peace, bliss, unending bliss. And then, as long as we are identifying ourselves with bodily existence, it becomes difficult. Slowly we have to emerge out. Our spiritual existence must come forward. This is the whole purpose that we are studying now, the eternal human and timeless wisdom. We will just have a recapitulation of the previous class. The first thing we saw was subject matter. What is the subject matter? The eternal human. We want to know how the humanity has come down, the flow of humanity which has come down from ancient times, and we are part of it. We wanted to go through that. We saw we are flying to and fro in the time together. And the second thing we saw was preset mind can never reveal the truth. So our approach must be without preset mind. A subject we are taking as if it is a new subject, and as a child walking, we walk through. No, we will not go by the steps of scientific way, because science limits itself exclusively to five senses and mind. The truth is beyond, pervading what we see and what we conceive, but it is beyond. So we will not restrict ourselves to scientific. We will enter the other field beyond also. Third point we discussed was, we are living in nature, governed by nature. What is this nature we saw? Nature is power, energy that pervades everything and makes everything what moves, and life is governed by that nature. Even the observer, we are observing. This is the observed world, objective. Even our own bodily existence, mind, senses, our whole being, the observer is also a part of nature. That we saw, and nature constantly radiates beauty, peace, love, spirituality, that is divinity, purity, and absolute perfection. This also we saw. The fourth point we saw was human existence flowing in her lap of the nature, who is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent and omnicompassionate. We are in her lap, the humanity is flowing down. Lastly, we saw nature has endowed humans with unique intellect with which he can make his life comfortable by utilizing the resources of nature, and also transcend the nature and go beyond. These 5 points we discussed in our last class, and now we will go ahead with the present one. That what we are seeing is the flow of human, how with wisdom, with knowledge, with understanding, how they moved in the same world that we are there, with nature. Our eyes are fixed to small things of life, but we can go beyond, be vast in every aspect. So we are trying to be of something beyond always, because the family life in the world has great gravity to pull us down to the likes and dislikes, attachment and aversions, to go beyond. Now we see human by nature has, just like all other beings, he has self-consciousness. He is self-consciousness. He possesses. He is conscious of himself and of the environment. Both way, he is self-conscious and conscious of the environment. He observes the world. He observes himself. Then the consciousness that of self-conscious and to the highest degree is in human. Animals also have, others also have, all beings have, but in the small degree, just for the preservation, self-preservation, how much it is required, that much alone. But in human, it is to the highest degree. Similarly, we are endowed with a mind with which there is memory and auxiliary to it, mind, memory. With that, I can go to the remote past, think of the remote past, and I can enter the possible future, to the unimaginable extension I can imagine. I can go think of anything in this world. Such a mind I have. But in other beings, your mind is only fixed to the present alone. It cannot go beyond the present. It is limited. And it is instinctive. Memory is there little. If any animal goes for grazing and all that, or picking up its food, it safely comes back to its dwelling place. That much memory alone. And where it went yesterday, it will not know. But we have a memory which can make us move. So this mind, and then this, what we see, the whole our lifestyle, the evolution. There is evolution. We have to accept the theory of evolution, but the modern theory of evolution, especially from amoeba to human and all that, presently we will not discuss or touch it. The hypothesis, the speculations and all that we will leave aside, and we will go with the normal way of understanding, because we will discuss those things later on, but presently we will drop it. And from the historical point, what actually from the time when the history started being actually recorded, from that time, if you see the history, and then if you see the scriptures, like any scripture of any religion, and Puranas and all, the human nature has not changed. Same human nature is continuing, which was there in the ancient, the basic inherent features, nature, all this, the essential qualities, the character never changes, never changed. What was there in the ancient time, same is flowing down to the present time. We have been able to know that human existence has a gregarious tendency to live in family, in groups. It is what we actually see. Along with it, we have self-consciousness and the consciousness of the environment. This being self-conscious makes us develop self-identity. I am so and so, I am here, I am this, that and all that, self-identity. And a sense of duty and responsibility. I am there, I have duties to perform, I have responsibility to discharge. Being a human being. This being self-conscious brings us this one, while this consciousness of the environment make us seek safety, security, protection on one hand, on the other we see it reveals every event is just a passing event. We are seeing from our childhood days, we ourselves are seeing that everything is just evanescent, it's passing, going away. And objects and things that we see are transients, relationships are going away, evanescent, and situations of life we see ephemeral. Life is uncertain when it is and has an end. Where it is going to end, we do not know. Time is fleeting. The entire universe is ever-changing flux, constantly changing flux. The whole thing is changing. Just like we are changing at the cosmic level also, there is a constant change going on. This our ancestors saw. Oh, this everything is changing. Is there something we can aspire for or see, or is there something that we can reach which is unchanging, which is eternal? So this understanding and observations of theirs, that everything is passing, made them to know why, how of these things. Then there was urge to know, is there an unchanging eternal reality? Can we reach that by some means? And within, the soul was aspiring from release from all this, to transcend and go beyond. Everything is limiting, everything is limiting. So the soul was aspiring for release from these predicaments. So here we see the search made this whole thing. They were searching for the eternal. We have objective world and subjective world. The search made them to go outward to the objective world. The vast universe is there, objective world. And this objective movement and subjective movement, with two ways of going, search in the external world, search in the internal world. The objective world led us to science and technology. Science as its core, its search was going on, everything. In the objective world, when you see, we come across the science. Science was the core, and technology, circularly ever expanding circles of technology. And inward journey, it took the inward journey. Inward journey, when we go, we see the inner self or the spiritual existence in inward journey. Subjective, the objective and the subjective. Subjective, we see our own self as if search in inward journey. Inward journey took us to the spirituality, what we call spirituality. One is science and another is spirituality. Both, you see, these two are essential factors of human existence. The one is science, one is spirituality. What does the science give us? Make us our living comfortable in this world. We are safe, we protect ourselves, we do everything with the science, but we don't get the inner peace and joy. And the what we are seeking, we don't get. The spirituality, the inward spirituality gives us a different way. That is, it constantly gives us from inside calmness, peace, because the innermost recesses of our existence, the core of our existence is absolute peace, absolute joy, absolute, it is absolute. There is nothing to add or nothing to remove, that much, that kind of absolute, it is there. That starts as we are aware of our spiritual, we have two existences, bodily existence and spiritual existence. When we come to the spiritual existence, it is entirely different realm of peace and joy. So in the West, what happened? It stopped with the search to a particular extent, because inward they went to the level of a particular level to reach the extremities of nature. Beyond that they did not go, because the nature itself is not favorable. Extreme conditions of life where they have to survive. The Indian and the Eastern world was in a safe, standard way of living. There were no extreme conditions of living. Wherever we see the civilization has taken place, the Eastern and Western, there is difference. The Western took up the external, scientific, and Eastern took the spiritual. They did go. The Eastern also went to science just to limit itself to the living conditions. And the whole search was inward. The West also went to spirituality. It did not go far. It remained at the expansion of nature on one side to the nature's level, did not venture to transcend it and go beyond. That was sufficient for, that resulted in religion and spirituality. Spirituality which was transcending the religion, we enter into spirituality. So it remained with the religious level and the science expanded. Here the religion we expanded to spiritual levels of transcending the nature and going beyond. Science limited itself to the just living conditions. So here the core in spirituality, the core is spirituality, and the ever expanding circles we see is religion. So this way we started moving. Then the spirituality is rather uniform and standard. It is constantly moving. That gives us the support of existence from within. And we see civilization has taken two divisions. The important point to note here is civilization is not an abrupt, human civilization is not an abrupt happening. It is something already in seed form. Something cannot suddenly appear from somewhere. Rather it is uniform development of a already existing seed within. Just like seed formation. What is latent is becoming patent now. The whole thing was in latent condition. If at all there was a stone age, there must have been a preceding it, there should have been a highly evolved state of human existence, which usually we see when man becomes highly intelligent, he destroys himself. That is where we are heading towards, almost we can say. And once the destruction takes place, again the human existence comes back to the bare living conditions. It comes back to bare living conditions. What the anthropologists call it as a stone age, similar to that. And then they have to begin again. It is like tree becoming a seed again. And again that humanity expands. Civilization is what is involved in the involution. Involution in nature, our ancestors found out this. The evolution is possible if there is an involution behind. The cycle of involution and evolution going on eternally without a break, continuously. Tree becoming seed and seed becoming tree. This is tree becoming seed is involution, seed becoming tree is evolution. So nothing happens in this nature. The water falls as rain. Again it flows, it evaporates and becomes cloud. Again it rains. Why this one? Because they found that everything in this relative existence is limited. Whatever we see is limited. Water is limited. And water, the nature has to constantly provide perennial water. It has made the cycle possible. Everything is going in cyclic order. Vegetation, let the vegetation be there forever. Tree has life. But before it falls off, it throws thousands of seeds before it dies off, so that vegetation will remain. The formation of this, similarly, we see the evolution taking place. Not all of it abruptly something happening. It is even the Big Bang theory of the universe. There must have been an inward state which is making it again expand to infinity. Again, expansion cannot go on eternally. It becomes again, contracts back to the involution and again expansion. So here we see the evolution is a process by which the previous highly evolved state has entered into a involutory process of Stone Age like existence. It evolves, it is evolving. But you see, in and through all this, human remains the human alone. Like tree, whether it is seed, no, jackfruit tree, whether it is in tree form or in seed form, it is jackfruit tree only. Like that human, whether it is in Stone Age or in highly evolved state, human is human with the same nature almost. His external dealings and happenings may be slightly changing, but in and through all that, he is the same person. So we see this change that nature is bringing about. The evolution is a natural process. Civilization is a natural process. It is not something man-made. It is happening. It happens. Each time it collapses back, it happens. The ancient human, especially of the Eastern, we see everything, they found out this everything what is happening in the universe is happening in cyclic order. Everything is limited, it goes in cyclic order. Whether it is water evaporating and falling as rain, egg and hen again and again, it keeps the animal life ever in this universe. Seed and tree keeps the vegetation. Similarly, seasons moving, moon's phases and moon's movements, so sun rising and sun setting, everything is going on in a cyclic order. The thing is, the one half is revealed to us and the other half is not revealed to us. We see water falling down and flowing, but we don't see it evaporating and becoming cloud. We see seed becoming tree, but we don't see tree becoming seed or hen entering into an egg. It has entered. tree has entered with all its secrets in the seed. The same tree which has involved in it is going to evolve again when mud and water is given in with sunshine. The whole thing, the evolutionary process, half is visible and half. If you discover what the other half, you know how to come out of this cycle. Similarly, these people inferred. What about birth and death? All this is going on cycle, but we see the life also. A child is born, it grows, it is going towards old age, it is going to die away. Does this death is the end of the jiva, or is it going to continue? Because we are seeing half everywhere. Sunrise to sunset we see, sunset to sunrise. Is there, just like sun is moving about, apparent motion of the sun when we see, it is moving around. Similarly, other half, the same sun is going to come like that. Is the same soul going to come again in this earth, taking new birth? Here we see, they thought, yes, it must have been, because it is an inferential truth that, yes, just like all things are going in cyclic way, the birth death also is going in cyclic way. The other half we are not able to see, but it's continuing. That was the inference. Then their search did not end with the inference. They started searching deeper and deeper. They slowly entered into the transcendental realm. The search made them to enter into the transcendental realm. There they saw, they could see from the transcendental realm about the whole universe and all jivas taking birth again. And they said, yes, we have seen the other half, the jiva which lives, and it continues, that cycle continues till the microcosm merges in the macrocosm. The expansion, the plan of nature is evolution of the jiva. It has to evolve to its optimum level. It has to evolve. The evolution. Everywhere we see evolution is the basic principle of nature. So should the jiva evolve to its cosmic level of expansion. There its process of going through birth and death cycle ends. Till then it will be going through. After this they not only saw, they said, just like you know exactly, undoubtedly, sun is not moving around the earth. It is earth moving around the sun. But sitting on the earth, you can never see earth moving around the sun. What you see is only sun raising, sunrise and sunset. Sun is moving around the earth. That is what we see as long as you are sitting on the earth and observing. Go away from earth into the space and look at the earth revolving around again and again it is revolving around the sun. Similarly, as long as you are within the nature, you can never know the other half of the cycle, birth to death. Enter into the transcendental realm, you will know that birth to death. Similarly, the whole cosmic existence appearing into the projecting out, and it is one cycle. As long as you are within the nature, it is one cycle. There is creation, there is dissolution. But go to the transcendental, see, the same thing is after dissolution, it's again coming up with the evolution and the cycle of cosmic cycle of Srishti Sthiti Pralaya, the creation, sustenance and dissolution constantly going on. So this transcending nature and going beyond gave them the full knowledge of. Now we see the West going into the scientific searches, splitting everything and seeing. The Eastern went combining. Where is the one? Where is the one? If two are there, there must be one common substratum. They start uniting and going within, inward journey. They went splitting. They reached the energy ultimate. These people reached the spirit ultimate. Now also, see, quantum physics, if you study how the matter and energy is oscillating, we see in what media is happening is the spiritual existence, the pure spirit, the spiritual ultimate and the material ultimate. These two, West took up one field, the Eastern countries took another field. Now there is acculturation going on, the two cultures are mixing up. We will stop here prepare for the next class, and just remember again, if you can, hear this again so that these facts become firm in your mind, because it is not the more than the realities of the things. We have to transcend and go beyond. Our whole efforts is to transcend and go beyond. It is not just a theory or something that we are studying and academic studies. No, it's a part of our spiritual life. It is a part of our life. Our life must shine forth. That is the purpose with which we have begun, and we will go ahead. Let this be for today. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.
Okay. Thank you, Maharaj. So now we will start with the question and answer session.
Yes.
So to all attendees, kindly post your questions in the Zoom chat, and please keep your questions related to the topic. So Maharaj, we got one question. After leaving the body, does the same Jiva undergoes more birth and death cycles in the exactly same form? Or does the Jiva dissolves to some extent, and the one that takes new body is not exactly the same Jiva as it was in the past birth?
Yes. The thing is, it is like a thread that is passing. Now, through various lives, like a garland, different flowers are tied together. Life is continuing in and through so many lives till we reach the ultimate, go back to the source. So the thread is moving. Each life is like a flower. The flower fades away and drops away before we enter into the next flower. The external situations and circumstances are entirely changed, but the inner self moves with its past tendencies. That is, it has created a momentum to look upon this world in a particular way, to deal with in a particular way, to have attachments and aversion towards certain things. The conditions change, but I remain with these tendencies, and there is a karmic load I am carrying, which has made this next birth possible. I have unfulfilled desire on one side, another unworked out karma. I have done so many things which I could not, the fruit of that could not reach me in the same life, because we do not know when the karmic reverse comes back to us. I do some action, its fruit may come next day or this moment or after 200 years. When it is going to come, it depends upon the intensity, how it expands in nature and comes back to me. So the thing is, as long as I am body, till I get the self-knowledge, I am body, and whatever I do with this body, because it is a part of nature, action and reactions are equal and opposite. It does some action, there is a reaction. This reaction happens actually to the body, but my identification with the body makes me receive it. Just like a vehicle is running, I go and catch it. The moment I catch, I will be pulled through. I am not running, or I am not, the moment I hold it, I am being moved. I am not running, I am not doing anything, but its drag, I am experiencing, I am moving. Like that, body is doing, and I am holding this body as myself, and its reaction also I have to receive. So this is the karmic load. I have to work out sukha and dukkha, through which body I can work out all the whole thing. If their merits are more, if merits are less, when the merits are almost equal, merit and demerit, papa punya are equal, we get the human body. But if the sinful acts, what we call, or the demerit acts is more than my virtuous acts, then I may become some animal here itself, or still more, we don't have the strength of good deeds at all, then we may go to the different planes of existence. Similarly, the more I have done, I may be happiest person in this world because of my more meritorious acts, or it may take me to higher levels of being angels and all that. So these variations will be there, but it is all managed by nature independently. Everything is the more perfect than the computerized. How the action and reaction take place in this nature, we are in a realm of causation. Everything what you see here has a cause behind. To be in that state, to be there. And cause and effect, it goes in a sequence. So we are the tendencies, the karmic load, and all the memories of past is eliminated totally. You are given new body, new mind, empty, but only that carry tendencies and karmic load and sankalpita ichha, desires. The firmly established desires, they remain. All right? Does Guru bless and recognize the jiva across all the forms of life and death? Does Guru bless and recognize the jiva across all the forms of life and death? Yes, if he has initiated a disciple in spiritual life for realization of God, for transcendence of nature, then he takes the responsibility of following the disciple lives after lives till he reaches his goal. But the path is shown, light is thrown on the path, everything is in as it is going on. But the walking must be done by the disciple. He cannot walk. He walks with him, holding the hand and showing the path. But what happens is, walking has to be done by each walking goes with the being free from the bindings of the world. What binds is our own actions. Here we see the jiva is trying to safeguard itself, enjoy itself, seek something of the world, and is holding to the world. He has duties to perform, he has responsibilities to discharge. That should not hold him. He has to simply release all things. He has to go out and work. and he should not bring anything within. He is working in the world without getting involvement. All the duties he is doing, loving everyone, being with everyone. But he is not affected by his actions because he remains uninvolved and unentangled. He doesn't express any likes and dislikes. He doesn't express his attachments or aversions, but he is with all doing all his duties. Then the Guru, he is fit for, he starts automatically walking along the spiritual path. Then it becomes easy for Guru to move him faster. What obstructs is ego. The ego has to be reduced. The ego is hiding on one side my own real existence. It's hiding me because ego has the nature of kartritva, bhoktritva and jnatritva, doership, enjoyership and knowership. And this knowledge is secular knowledge, not spiritual knowledge. Maximum, with great efforts, he acquires the knowledge of the absolute or the transcendental or about God through scriptures and people who are gone and come back, saintly people from that. But it is not a strong experience like. It has to be contemplated upon, made one's own through reasoning. Then the ego reduces. It is doership. Slowly he sees God is the doer. Again and in scripture says, you are not there, everything happens by the will of God. So doership and enjoyership. Enjoyership he transforms from the secular to the spiritual. Then the Guru smoothly, his life is smoothly moving. Within one life, he can finish his journey to reach the ultimate. So what resists is one's own ego. Yes, then?
Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, the next question came from Alan.
Yes.
If the individual person becomes very intelligent, is there some danger in that for his spiritual evolution?
No. Provided it is used in proper. Nature has given unique capacity of that intellect which can make the life comfortable and joyful and also transcend the nature and go. This is the power of intelligence. Provided it is used in the right way. If it is used in the wrong way, I am intelligent. For destruction I can use nuclear power. I am intelligent, but I am using my intelligence in a wrong way to harm others. That is going to make me perish. So, unless it is wrongly used, it will never harm. Everything it adds to the, not only, it adds to the beauty of the person also. The heart becomes beautiful, mind becomes beautiful, because he is using in the right way to transcend the nature and go, to utilize everything and be happy. The most thing painful will be the bodily existence. We can avoid the situation which gives us pain, but body, slowly by scriptural injunctions to follow, again and again re-insisting, I am not this body. Nature is taking me every day, separating me from body and taking me to sleep. What happens when I sleep? I am totally independent of body. I am in a realm which is unrelated to body and this world. Can I be like that? I have an existence independent of body. This again and again, he draws not only physical, subtle also, when dream ends, when causal also, and it doesn't detach only from the bodies, but it makes you expand and enjoy the bliss. Being one with the cosmic consciousness, individual consciousness expands in cosmic consciousness in the second stage of sleep. So nature is showing the withdrawal of your individual consciousness from body. What are you? I am not this, I am that, I am that. Again and again re-insisting. By that process, I am spirit, I am not body, I am spirit. Assertion of one and denial of the other, which is truth. Because nature is showing, I am experiencing separation from the body, so much of pain, nothing remains the moment I sleep. I disconnect. Nature is showing, my child, this is not you, you are within. Nature is telling, nothing of here is yours. Why are you holding on? Live a happy life, it is all meant for you. But don't hold there. Go ahead. So the intelligence comes to the help not to hold anything here, but to expand and not to be body and live. So it is intelligence alone can take us forward. Actually, nothing else can take us. And this is a vehicle that takes you to the transcendental. This vehicle belongs to nature. Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karma, Pancha Prana, Buddhi, Manas, Buddhi, the intellect. Buddhi belongs to nature. Whereas there is another vehicle we have is our own love. Love is manifestation of the Atman, self. Self is flowing out as love. And this love is my own vehicle with which I can transcend the nature and go by loving God. So these two are most important. Another channel we have is speech, Vag, which comes from the depths of our being, from our spiritual existence to the material existence of sound. We can retrace this by constant repetition of a prayer. Almost all religions have that one constant repetition of something. A prayer, a phrase of prayer, a symbol, some words, which is repeated again and again, by which we slowly transcend and go back into our own self. These three channels we have, and intelligence is the most accessible, and we usually use, every day we use it in everything. Intellect, buddhi remains ahead and the ego remains behind. I take water and drink, there is intellect is ahead and ego is behind. Only when I get angry, ego is ahead and intellect goes behind. Otherwise everything is smooth. That is the power of intellect. We have to use in the right way. All right?
Thank you, Maharaj. So, thank you everyone for this wonderful and uplifting satsang.